the nose. I stay making wins. I stay with the pros. Just made a stack. I'm watching it grow. Up in the sky, everybody so low. I keep me.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. First 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Back to Mixon on second down. And he'll only get a yard, maybe two, up to the 46. So this rivalry, Charles, here in the Buckeye State, Cincinnati and Cleveland, you know, you felt like for a while it took a dip as these two franchises struggled. But now I think this rivalry is budding again as one of the best under-the-radar rivalries in the NFL.
I agree with you absolutely, because both of these teams have the arrow pointing up. They've kind of solved their quarterback issues. They're building up their rosters. But one of the most defining moments of this rivalry to me wasn't even in a Browns-Bengals game. It was a Seahawks-Bengals game. But head coach Sam White addressed the crowd and emphasized that Cincinnati was the place to be.
Well, Charles, I think his exact words were, you don't live in Cleveland, you live in Cincinnati. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. A gain of 3, second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
11 mighty.
From the 40 now on second down. Burrow got an open man to the right. That's Wesco. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Here we go. Hey, can.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Well, they gave themselves options there on the third down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. Now they go play action now. Burrow. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down. On third down, Mixon. And Mixon not going to get there. Running into a wall here, and they'll stop him short. That'll bring up fourth. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there.
Stephen Gostkowski on for the field goal. A 40-yard attempt.
Gostkowski's kick is good, and the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Chubb with a carry on first down. It's not going to yield much, maybe a yard. It's 2nd down.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Mayfield to throw it. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hilton. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
They'll give it to Mixon. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. And now they will throw it with Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Bengals! Drew Sample, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. From his end zone, it's Demetric Felton. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
And they come into play here 2-6 on the year. And I guess if you're them, you have to have the mindset of, hey, if we go 7-1, 8-0 down the stretch, we can still get into the playoffs. But CD, to be frank, I don't know that they've shown that they're capable of that this season.
Well, I certainly hope they have that mindset and that they're trying to play to that. But in my mind, from what I've seen, they've got no shot at doing that. This is going to be a tough second half. They've had so many injuries. They've had tough losses along the way. I think you've got guys playing for jobs for next year, and they're playing for positioning in the upcoming draft.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Nothing the score after 1 on EA Sports. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15. First down, they'll run with Chubb. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Mayfield off the play fake. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Chidobe with a pick. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend. But you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here?
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up. And the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge, because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
11.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Burrow. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
First down, Mayfield. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mayfield. Going out wide, finds Chubb. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. It's his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Throwing, Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense defense stands up on third.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. And again, it's Mayfield. Space to run past the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on fourth. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. From the gun, Mayfield. This pass complete to Higgins. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Six yards left on 2nd down. Mayfield with it once more. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll get this up awfully close to a 1st down, but by the looks of it, might be a yard shy. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. This is up and good from Pinheiro. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
A running play on first down will give 4 up to the 29. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Play fake. Mayfield. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. A give running right is Chubb. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run it again with Chubb. Chubb will have the first down and much more. And they will finally get to him down at the Bengals 18.
61 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ends up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
And finding the tight end, Hooper. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
And, Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there. Couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting him down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
Chubb. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Mayfield keeps it himself. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Baker Mayfield with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. So with 2nd and goal, still had a couple of downs to work with. They tried to sneak, and they got in.
I like the idea that they did it early in the down and distance count. 2nd down as opposed to waiting later on. I think it fooled them a little bit, but how about the push they got up front to get the quarterback through?
Big push and a touchdown to boot. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. Caught by his tight end, Wesco.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
At the 47-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Mixon with a first down and more. And he'll go out of bounds finally at the 7.
And even 100 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, this game's ripe for the taking, and that run, I think it means he wants to take it.
Not only does he want to take it, he doesn't care what they're going to do on the defensive side of the ball. You can be prepared for him. He's coming at you anyway.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
I know he might be a little winded after that previous long run, but now you're in goal-to-goal situation. That changes what you do defensively, and it worked for them on that play.
Maybe trying to reward him after that long run. We'll see if they go back to him again on the ground. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Here's a give to Mixon. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
It's now 3rd and goal.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
It's going to be a long day. By 52, by 52. Watch the out, watch the out.
Burrow looking to pass, and it's caught. Touchdown! Thaddeus Moss, his first touchdown on the year, and the Bengals have taken the lead.
So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the 4th quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You demand those punches and counter-punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield, and he's got the hook up to Landry. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Mayfield on target to Landry for a Browns 1st down.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's going to air one out. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
But Baker Mayfield only 6'1", but he can certainly sling it, and we saw evidence of that right there.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Burrow.
There's the rookie from LSU. It's Jamar Chase.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal first.
1st and 10 at the 40.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
11 Thomas.
On 1st down, Mixon. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Here we go. Hey, can.
Again, it's Mixon. And some space here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
128 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 37-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Burrow.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. T. Higgins was the intended target.
And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go. Ready? 11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
This goes out wide for Mixon.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Here we go. Ready?
Let's go. You tighten up. Right forward. We ain't giving up nothing.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range.
Check.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. To throw, Burrow. To Mixon on the check down. And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Give them the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Can. Dot.
They'll run on 1st down. Mixon. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Here's a run with Mixon, and he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime, they just likely won this thing in regulation.
Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Gostkowski with the extra point. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From his end zone, it's Demetric Felton. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
One last shot for Mayfield here. Forced out to his left. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Man, you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out.
Going the other way.
We were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down rolling to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.